Welcome to gentle nature. Get comfortable, breathe slowly, and let the world grow quiet. Tonight, you don't need to look at anything at all. Your eyes have already done enough for the day. They've followed light and shadow. They've traced shapes, faces, words, and movement. They've carried the world gently into you, and now they can rest. Take a slow breath in and let it out without effort. Your eyes are small, quiet worlds, warm pools of dark. They float softly in their sockets, cushioned and safe, protected by lids that know exactly when to close. You don't have to tell them what to do. They already know. As your eyelids lower, the world outside fades. Edges soften. Brightness dissolves into a calm, even darkness. And behind that darkness, your eyes are still awake in a different way. They remember. Your eyes remember every sunrise you've ever seen, even the ones you barely noticed. The pale ones through curtains, the golden ones reflected in windows, the ones that arrived quietly without asking for attention. Your eyes remember faces, not perfectly, but warmly, the curve of a smile, the familiar distance between two eyes you love, the comfort of recognition, instant and wordless. Your eyes never judged, they only received. Light entered them gently, wave after wave, and your eyes translated it into meaning, into color, into memory. Now there is no light to translate, and that feels like relief. Your eyes are no longer windows tonight. They are lakes, still, dark, undisturbed. Nothing needs to move on their surface. If you notice tiny flickers behind closed lids, soft patterns, drifting shapes, that's okay. That's just your eyes talking quietly to your mind, like water settling after a stone sinks. You don't need to follow the images, let them pass. They know how. Your eyes have muscles that relax now, so small, so precise. Finally loosening, the tiny tensions melt away. Corners soften. The space around your eyes grows warm and heavy. Gravity feels kind here. Your eyes sink deeper into rest, as if they're being gently held from behind, supported, cradled. Breathing slows, thoughts stretch out, becoming wider, less defined. Your eyes have always been bridges between the outer world and your inner one. Tonight, the bridge is closed, not locked, just resting. Nothing crosses it now. Behind your eyes, the mind begins to drift, not thinking, not dreaming yet, just floating. There is no need to see, no need to interpret, no need to focus. Darkness is not emptiness. It is fullness without detail, a soft velvet space. Your eyes rest inside it, like seeds in soil, safe, patient, unrushed. If a memory appears, let it blur. If a thought rises, let it dim. Your eyes don't need clarity right now. They need quiet, and they are getting it. The lids stay closed without effort. Blinking has ended for the night. No more adjustments. No more scanning, just stillness. Your eyes have done their work. They can sleep before the rest of you does. And as they sleep, the world becomes distant, gentle, unimportant. Nothing is required. You're allowed to disappear into the dark softness behind your eyes, where everything slows, where nothing asks for attention. And rest arrives naturally, like night falling without sound. Your eyes are resting now, and with them, the urge to understand everything loosens. You don't need to watch your thoughts. You don't need to follow them anywhere. They can drift on their own, like clouds that no longer need a sky. Behind your closed eyes, there is space, wide, soft, forgiving. It's the kind of space where nothing rushes, where time stretches and thins, where moments no longer line up. They simply float, Your eyes no longer point outward. They turn inward, gently, without effort. Not searching, just listening. If images appear, they are slow and kind, faded edges, muted colors, like memories seen through water. And if nothing appears at all, that's perfect too. Darkness is doing its quiet work. Your eyes sink deeper into rest, as if the night itself is holding them closed, protecting them, letting them be small and unimportant for a while. Breath after breath, everything becomes softer. The muscles around your eyes melt completely now, forehead smooth, jaw loose. The face forgets its shape. There is no face to present, no expression to hold, only rest. Your eyes don't need dreams yet. They are still settling, still drifting downward, layer by layer, into deeper calm, and you can follow them, or not. Either way, sleep is already nearby. The quiet continues on its own. Your eyes remain closed without effort. They no longer wait for anything. They no longer expect light. Behind them, the darkness feels warm now, not empty, but full in a soft, comforting way. Thoughts slow even more. They don't finish their sentences. They don't need conclusions. Each one fades before it becomes clear. Like a whisper dissolving into air, your breathing finds a deeper rhythm. In, out, unhurried, natural. With every breath out, your eyes sink further into rest, as if they're gently drifting downward, through layers of calm, through quiet upon quiet. There is nothing to focus on, nothing to hold. The mind loosens its grip, the body follows. Your eyes are completely safe now, held by darkness, wrapped in stillness. If dreams begin to form, they will arrive softly. If they don't, sleep will still come. There is no difference anymore, only this slow, gentle drifting, where awareness thins and rest becomes everything. The quiet does not need to be maintained. It maintains itself. Your eyes remain closed, not because you decided they should be, but because closing feels natural now, like a leaf settling back onto water, like night arriving without announcement. Nothing presses against your awareness. Nothing asks to be understood. Behind your eyelids, darkness is no longer just absence of light. It has weight, a gentle, velvety weight, supportive, kind. Your eyes rest inside it, fully released from their work. They no longer track motion. They no longer measure distance. They no longer translate the world into meaning. They simply exist. You might notice how little effort it takes now to keep them closed. No strain, no holding, just rest. The muscles around your eyes soften even more. Tiny fibers that were once alert, once ready to react, now completely loose. Your forehead smooths as if warmth is passing through it slowly. A calm warmth spreading outward, dissolving any remaining tension. There's no expression left to hold, no signal to send. Your face becomes neutral, then softer than neutral, almost as if it's fading into the pillow or the air around you. Breathing continues quietly in the background. You don't need to guide it. It already knows what to do. Each inhale arrives gently, not filling, not demanding, just present. Each exhale leaves without ceremony, longer than the inhale, carrying away effort you didn't realize you were still holding. Your eyes respond to this rhythm. With every slow breath out, they sink a little deeper into rest, as if gravity itself has softened and become friendly. Thoughts grow wider now, less pointed, less interested in direction. They no longer move forward in lines. They spread out, then thin, then dissolve. A thought may begin, but it does not insist on finishing. It loses interest halfway through. and fades back into the dark behind your eyes. Nothing replaces it. That space is allowed to stay empty. Your eyes feel distant now, not gone, just removed from urgency, as if they belong to someone who has already fallen asleep, and you are gently following them. There is a sense of depth behind your eyelids, not visual depth, but a quiet inward distance, like standing at the edge of a calm lake at night, unable to see the bottom and not needing to. Your eyes float on the surface of that stillness, supported, unmoving. If faint images appear, soft colors, slow shapes, they do not need interpretation. They are not messages. They are simply echoes of a waking mind letting go. They drift like mist, forming, unforming, never becoming solid. You do not follow them. Your eyes do not chase anymore. The connection between your eyes and your thoughts loosens. Seeing and thinking separate gently, like hands releasing each other without sadness. Your awareness grows quieter with every breath, not disappearing, just becoming thinner, lighter, less defined. Time feels different here. Moments stretch, or maybe they stop stacking altogether. There is no before, no after, just this ongoing softness. Your eyes remain closed without effort. They feel heavy in a pleasant way, like they could sink further and further without reaching anything at all. The darkness behind them feels warm now, protective and closing. It does not rush you. It does not expect sleep. It simply offers rest and lets you take it at your own pace. You do not need to fall asleep. Sleep will arrive when it's ready. It always does. For now, it's enough that your eyes are resting, that the world has dimmed completely, that nothing needs your attention. You are allowed to stay here, floating behind closed eyes, where everything slows, where nothing matters, where rest deepens quietly, and the night continues to hold you. The stillness stays with you. It doesn't move away. It doesn't thin. It deepens. Your eyes remain closed, and now they feel as if they belong entirely to the night, not to the day that has passed, not to the thoughts that once needed them, only to rest. There is a softness behind them that continues to grow, a gentle pressure like warm hands placed lightly over your eyes, not to cover, but to reassure. Nothing will enter now. Nothing will disturb this space. Your eyes are no longer alert. They are no longer ready. They are finished for today. If you sense heaviness, let it be there. This heaviness is not fatigue. It is permission. The tiny movements that once lived in your eyes, the constant adjustments, the small corrections, have completely stopped. Stillness settles all the way through. Breathing becomes slower again, not deliberately, just naturally. The air comes in cool and calm and leaves warmer, as if your body itself is exhaling the day. With every exhale, awareness spreads out and thins. It no longer gathers around thoughts. It no longer forms questions. It simply rests. Behind your eyes, darkness feels wide now, spacious, open. It's not a wall. It's not a void. It's a place where nothing needs to happen. Your eyes float inside this place, weightless, suspended. They don't sink anymore. They just remain. If a memory drifts through, it arrives without edges. No beginning, no story, just a soft impression, already fading as it appears. There is no need to hold it, no need to let it go. It dissolves on its own. The mind becomes less interested in forming anything new. It feels satisfied with emptiness, comforted by it. Your eyes feel far away now, not distant in space, but distant in importance. They no longer anchor you to the outer world. The world has quietly stepped back. Sound fades into the background. Even silence becomes soft. The boundary between thought and rest blurs, between awareness and sleep. You may notice moments where you almost drift, then gently return, then drift again. There is no mistake here. This is exactly how sleep approaches, slowly, patiently, without force. Your eyes are already asleep, and your mind is following step by step. The darkness behind your eyelids feels familiar now, like a place you've been many times before, a place that recognizes you. Nothing here is new. Nothing is uncertain. Your breathing continues to slow, each breath stretching slightly longer than the last. Time feels soft, loose, no longer counted. The night holds you steadily, and your eyes rest within it completely. There is no need to stay awake, no need to listen closely. You can let everything blur now. Let awareness thin even more, until it becomes barely noticeable, and rest quietly takes over. The quiet keeps unfolding on its own. You don't have to help it. Your eyes are still closed, and now it feels as if they've always been this way, as if opening them belongs to another time, another version of you. There is no effort left in keeping them closed, no choice, no decision, just rest. Behind your eyelids, the darkness feels deep and steady, not changing, not moving. It has settled into a calm that does not waver. Your eyes are fully inside that calm now. They are no longer near the surface of waking. They're deeper than that. You might notice how distant the idea of looking feels, as if seeing belongs to someone else entirely, someone who isn't here right now. Your eyes no longer reach outward. They no longer search for edges or light. They are turned inward, not focusing, just resting. The muscles around them are completely still, so still that it feels as though they could melt into the darkness behind them. Your face feels softer than before, almost unreal in its looseness, as if it's slowly dissolving into comfort. Breathing continues without interruption, slow, even quiet. Each breath moves through you like a gentle wave, not touching thoughts, not stirring anything. Awareness floats lightly now. It no longer sits behind your eyes. It drifts somewhere deeper, somewhere harder to locate. Thoughts appear less often, and when they do, they arrive incomplete, half-formed, already fading. They don't connect to each other anymore. They don't build stories. They don't ask questions. They simply pass like faint shadows moving across a wall at night. Noticed, then gone. Behind your eyes, the darkness feels layered now, like depth without distance, like sinking without movement. Your eyes feel heavy, but not weighed down, more like wrapped, cradled, held in place by stillness. There is no tension left in them at all. They have released everything. The sense of time loosens even more. Moments no longer follow one another. They spread out, then blur, then disappear. You may no longer know how long you've been here, and that's exactly right. Your eyes don't care about time. They don't mark it. They don't measure it. They rest outside of it. Sound, if there is any, feels far away now, muted, softened. Even silence feels thick, like a blanket rather than an absence. Your awareness drifts deeper into that quiet, not sinking, not falling, just easing into it. There may be brief moments where you almost forget yourself, where there is no clear sense of you at all, just softness, just darkness, just rest. If that happens, you don't need to notice it. It will pass you by gently. Your eyes are fully asleep now, They are no longer part of waking life, and your mind is very close to joining them. There is no edge between awake and asleep here, only a gradual thinning, a gentle fading. Your breathing remains slow and calm. Each breath feels like it carries you a little further away from effort, from awareness, from thought. Nothing is pulling you back. Nothing needs to be held onto. The night continues to hold you exactly as you are, without asking, without changing. And you can let go even more now. Let the darkness behind your eyes become everything. Let awareness soften until it barely exists, as sleep quietly takes its place and carries you the rest of the way. The darkness stays, steady, unbroken, and you remain within it without effort. Your eyes are no longer something you feel clearly. They've faded into comfort, into warmth, into a quiet background presence. They are resting so deeply now that the idea of opening them feels distant, almost unreal, like a memory from another life. There is no urge to check anything, no curiosity, no pull toward the outside world. That door is closed for the night, gently, naturally. Behind your eyelids, the darkness is smooth and even. No movement, no flicker. If there were once shapes or colors, they've settled completely now. Everything has flattened into calm. Your eyes have sunk beyond images, beyond interpretation, beyond awareness. They rest in pure stillness. Your breathing has found its slowest, easiest rhythm so far, so quiet it barely registers. So natural it doesn't feel like something you're doing. Air comes in and leaves again, without needing permission. With every exhale, the mind releases a little more structure, a little more identity, a little more doing. Awareness thins again, like mist dispersing into night air. You may notice longer gaps now, spaces where nothing happens at all, no thoughts, no sensations worth naming, just blankness, soft and welcoming. Those gaps don't need to be filled. They don't need to be noticed. They are signs that rest has already taken hold. Your eyes feel completely distant from thought now, as if they belong to a body that is already asleep, and you are simply drifting behind them. The connection between thought and sensation loosens further, so loose it almost disappears. The idea of your face, your head, your body becomes vague, not gone, just unimportant. Boundaries soften. Where you end and the night begins is no longer clear. There is no sharp edge between you and the darkness. You blend into it slowly, quietly, without resistance. Your eyes remain closed, but now even the idea of closed fades. There is no contrast anymore, no open versus closed. Only rest. Time has lost its meaning completely. There is no sense of minutes passing, no sense of waiting. Sleep does not feel like something that is coming. It feels like something that is already here. You may drift in and out of faint awareness now, brief moments of noticing, followed by longer stretches of nothing at all. Each time you return, everything feels heavier, slower, softer. And each time you drift away, you go a little deeper. Your eyes are fully surrendered now. They have let go of the last trace of alertness. They are resting the way stones rest at the bottom of a lake, untouched by surface movement, untouched by light. Your breathing continues on its own, steady and quiet, like a gentle tide moving in the dark. There is nothing left to manage, nothing left to think through, nothing left unfinished. The day has already released you. The mind is no longer organizing experience. It's no longer narrating. Thoughts no longer form sentences. They dissolve before language. Awareness becomes faint, then fainter, then barely there at all. If a final image appears, it is soft and meaningless. If a sound is heard, it passes without reaction. Nothing pulls you back, nothing asks you to stay awake. Your eyes are completely asleep, your body follows, your mind drifts gently behind them. There is no moment where sleep suddenly happens, no line you cross, only a gradual fading, a gentle dimming, until even the idea of rest disappears. And there is only sleep itself, quiet, deep, and effortless, holding you without words for the rest of the night. The quiet does not end. It simply becomes less noticeable. You may no longer be sure how long you've been here. That question no longer forms clearly. Time has softened so much that it no longer asks to be counted. Your eyes are still closed, but now they feel like part of the dark itself, not resting in it, but resting as it. There is no boundary between your eyelids and the night behind them. No clear line where one stops and the other begins. Everything has blended. Your eyes no longer feel heavy. They no longer feel light. They barely feel at all. They have released their shape, their function, their purpose. Seeing is no longer relevant here. Breathing continues in the background, but even that feels distant now, as if it belongs to something happening far away, something you don't need to monitor. Each breath moves through you without drawing attention. No rise, no fall, just motion without effort. Awareness has thinned to the point where it flickers rather than stays, appearing briefly, then disappearing again. Long stretches pass where nothing is noticed at all. No thoughts, no images, no sense of body, only a soft blankness, calm, neutral, safe. If awareness returns for a moment, it does so gently, like a ripple on still water, and then it fades again on its own. There is no need to follow it. Your eyes remain completely surrendered. They no longer wait. They no longer listen. They are finished for the night. The muscles around them have gone slack in a way that feels almost unreal, as if they could not tense again even if asked. The face has forgotten itself. The forehead is smooth without effort. The jaw hangs loose in comfort. The tongue rests heavily and still. The body feels distant now, not heavy, not light, just vague. You may no longer know exactly where you're lying or how your limbs are positioned. That information has faded from importance. The mind has stopped mapping the body. It has stopped naming sensations. It has stopped checking. Instead, it drifts in and out of a quiet, empty space where nothing needs to be processed. Thought no longer forms language. If something arises, it dissolves before becoming words. There are no stories here, no memories, no plans, only stillness. Your eyes are deeply, completely asleep, and the rest of you has followed without any clear moment of transition. Sleep did not arrive suddenly. It spread slowly, like darkness filling a room at dusk, so gently that you did not notice when wakefulness disappeared. There is no effort left anywhere, no tension hidden in corners, no alertness waiting to be used. Everything has let go. Breathing remains slow and steady, but you are no longer aware of it. It happens without observation. The night holds you without asking for anything in return. There is nothing left to hear, nothing left to follow, nothing left to understand. Awareness fades again, longer this time, deeper, quieter, until even the idea of fading disappears. And there is only sleep, broad and still, without edges, without thought, without time, continuing on its own long after words have ended, long after attention is gone, holding you gently through the rest of the night. The stillness continues effortlessly. It no longer announces itself. It simply is. If awareness returns now, it does so faintly, like a distant echo that doesn't quite reach you. And even that echo fades quickly, unable to hold shape. Your eyes are no longer something you can locate. They are not heavy. They are not light. They are not even resting anywhere. They have dissolved into the same quiet that surrounds everything else. There is no inside and no outside now, no behind the eyelids, no world beyond them. Only a soft, continuous darkness that feels complete on its own. Breathing continues, slow and deep, but it belongs to the body now, not to awareness. The body knows how to sleep. It always has. Your mind has stopped supervising, stopped checking, stopped narrating. Thought has thinned beyond usefulness, beyond language, beyond form. If something stirs, it does not become a thought. It does not become a feeling. It dissolves before it can be named. The sense of you has softened so much that it no longer stands apart from rest. There is no observer here, no listener, only the experience of nothing in particular. Time is absent now, not slow, not fast, simply gone. Moments do not follow one another. They do not accumulate. There is no sense of passing. Your eyes remain fully surrendered. They are beyond sleepiness now, beyond heaviness. They are part of sleep itself. The face no longer exists as a shape. The body no longer exists as a boundary. There is no posture to adjust, no sensation to respond to. Everything that could be adjusted has already settled. Sleep is no longer approaching. It is no longer deepening. It is complete. If awareness briefly flickers again, it finds nothing to attach to, no sound to interpret, no thought to follow. And so it fades again naturally, without resistance. This fading feels familiar, comforting, safe. It is the same fading that happens every night, whether noticed or not. The night holds you steadily, without edges, without interruption. There is no need to stay here consciously, no need to listen further. The words no longer matter. They drift away on their own. The mind releases the last trace of attention, and rest remains broad and quiet. Sleep continues, deep and uninterrupted, carrying you gently through darkness without images, through time without awareness, through rest without effort. And nothing needs to be done until morning arrives on its own, far away, soft and distant, beyond the reach of thought. The night remains exactly as it is, unchanged, uninterrupted, and you remain within it without knowing you are there. If awareness stirs now, it does not fully return. It hovers at the edge for a moment, then slips away again as if it remembers there is nothing left to do. Your eyes are no longer resting toward sleep. They are resting inside it. They are no longer separate from the dark. They have become part of its depth, part of its softness, part of its quiet. There is no sensation of closing, no sensation of heaviness. Even the memory of eyes fades. Seeing has ended completely. The space where vision once translated light into meaning is now empty, and that emptiness feels full. Breathing continues in its own slow rhythm, not noticed, not guided, just happening. The body has settled into a pattern so familiar that it does not require awareness anymore. Every muscle has found its most effortless position, not relaxed on purpose, but relaxed because there is no longer a reason to hold. The face has disappeared into comfort, the brow smooth beyond thought, the jaw loose without awareness, the mouth slightly open or gently closed. It no longer matters. The body has stopped reporting itself. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of weight or contact, no sense of space around you, only a quiet, undefined presence. Or perhaps not even that. Thought has fully dissolved. Not quiet thoughts, not slow thoughts, no thoughts at all. Language has disappeared. Images have vanished. Memory has loosened its grip. There is nothing being recalled, nothing being anticipated. The mind has entered its deepest rest, the kind that exists before dreams and beyond awareness. If dreams arrive, they do so softly, without announcement. If they don't, sleep remains just as deep. There is no difference here. Time has lost all meaning. There is no later, no soon, no already. Only continuity without awareness. The night stretches on, but you are not inside it as a person anymore. You are simply resting as rest. Nothing can disturb this state. Sound does not reach here. Thought cannot form here. Even the idea of being asleep has faded. There is only the experience of nothing happening and nothing needing to happen. This is the deepest part of the night, the place where the body repairs itself, where the mind resets quietly, where awareness steps aside completely. You do not observe this. You do not remember it. You simply pass through it, held by sleep, the way the ocean holds a drifting current, without noticing it at all. Breathing remains steady and slow. Heartbeats continue, calm and even. The body knows this place well. It visits it every night, and it will remain here, undisturbed, unchanging, quiet, and complete, until the first faint signals of morning begin to approach from far away, still distant, still unreal. While for now, sleep continues on its own, deep and effortless, with no edges, no images, no awareness, only rest holding you without words for as long as the night remains. The night stays deep and wide, so deep that even the idea of depth no longer appears. If awareness brushes the surface now, it does not recognize itself. It does not form a question. It simply fades again, like a breath released into darkness. Your eyes are no longer resting as parts of a body. They are no longer something that could open. They are not closed. They are absent. Seeing has completely dissolved. There is no light, no dark, no contrast. Only a continuous, quiet sameness that feels safe beyond explanation. The body remains, but only as a process. Breathing happens. The heart moves gently. Warmth circulates, but none of it asks to be noticed. Muscles are slack in a way that cannot be improved. There is no tension hiding anywhere, no small effort left behind. The nervous system has gone quiet, signals slow, reactions stop. Everything that could respond has chosen stillness instead. The face is no longer a face. It is softened into neutrality, then into nothing at all. There is no expression to maintain, no identity to display. The sense of being someone has thinned until it no longer holds shape. Memory does not reach here. It cannot find a place to land. Even the idea of rest is gone now, because rest does not need to be named once it is complete. Sleep is not deepening anymore. It is no longer moving in any direction. It is steady, even, finished. If dreams appear, they do not announce themselves. They do not form stories. They drift like slow currents beneath the surface, without images that can be remembered. If dreams do not appear, nothing is missing. This is the quietest part of the night, the place between cycles, the pause where the mind resets itself without awareness. Here, time is not passing, it is simply not present. Minutes do not stack, hours do not unfold. There is no sense of duration. The body repairs itself gently here. Cells renew, systems balance, energy restores. All of this happens without thought, without effort, without supervision. You are not watching this. You are not involved. Sleep is doing what it has always done. The world outside is very far away now. Sound cannot reach this depth. Light does not exist here. Even silence has faded into sameness. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to. This state holds itself the way gravity holds planets, without asking them to stay. There is no edge to this experience, no beginning, no ending. Just continuation without awareness. If awareness flickers again later, it will do so gently. And it will fade again, just as easily. There is no wrong moment here, no interruption, only cycles unfolding on their own. The night remains open and vast, and sleep carries you quietly within it, without memory, without thought, without effort. Nothing is required from you, nothing is expected. You do not need to listen anymore. You do not need to follow words. They dissolve as soon as they arise. Sleep continues, wide, even undisturbed, holding you safely through the deepest hours of the night, until morning begins far away, soft and distant, not yet touching this place. For now, there is only this steady, unchanging rest, complete and silent and endlessly calm. The stillness remains unchanged, unbroken, as if it has always been here. There is no sense of continuing now, no sense of moving forward. Everything feels settled into a single, quiet state that does not shift or respond. Your eyes are no longer remembered. There is no image of them resting, no idea of them at all. The place where vision once happened has softened into nothingness. No darkness, no light, no contrast. Just a calm absence that feels complete. Breathing continues somewhere far away, steady and slow, but it is not something you notice. The body carries on its gentle rhythms without inviting awareness back in. Heartbeats remain even, warmth spreads quietly. Systems balance themselves with ancient, familiar precision. There is no sensation of lying down, no contact with surface, no sense of gravity. The body is present only as a quiet process, not as a shape or a boundary. The mind has fully stepped aside. It is no longer forming images, no longer creating meaning, no longer holding identity. There is no you here to observe anything. Thought has not slowed. It has disappeared. Language has dissolved completely. There are no words forming now, only the echo of quiet itself. Memory cannot reach this place. It has nothing to attach to, nothing to recall. The idea of night does not exist here, nor the idea of sleep. This is deeper than either. Time has vanished entirely. There is no sense of before or after, no sense of waiting. Everything simply is. If dreams arise, they pass without image and without story. If dreams do not arise, nothing feels absent. This state does not need content. It is enough on its own. The nervous system rests completely. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. The body repairs quietly in this space. Cells renew. Energy restores. All of it happens without observation, without effort, without interruption. You are not present to witness any of it. There is no awareness holding this moment together. The moment holds itself. The outside world is impossibly distant now. Sound cannot enter. Light cannot exist. Even silence is no longer noticed. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to change. This is the deepest part of rest, the place where everything lets go at once. There is no edge to this state, no border to cross, no exit to find. Sleep does not feel like sleep anymore. It feels like nothing at all, and that nothing is calm, neutral, safe. If awareness flickers later, it will do so faintly without urgency and fade again just as easily. There is no wrong moment here, no interruption possible. The night continues quietly, and sleep carries the body gently through it, without thought, without memory, without effort. You do not need to listen. You do not need to follow. Words dissolve before they form. Meaning no longer assembles. There is only this steady, unchanging rest, wide, even, complete, holding everything softly for as long as the night remains, while morning waits far away, still distant, still unreal. And nothing at all is required from you. The quiet remains exactly the same, so complete that even the idea of sameness no longer appears. Nothing signals continuation. Nothing signals pause. There is no movement to follow. Your eyes are not resting anymore. They are not asleep. They are not present. The place where eyes once existed has dissolved into the same neutral stillness as everything else. There is no darkness now, because there is no contrast left to define it. There is simply absence, and that absence is calm. Breathing continues far beyond awareness. It belongs entirely to the body now, moving with a rhythm older than thought. The body does not wait. It does not listen. It simply functions in silence. Heartbeats remain steady, soft, and even, without urgency. The nervous system is deeply quiet. Signals barely travel. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing asks to be processed. The face no longer exists as a sensation. No forehead, no jaw, no mouth. The body has lost its outline. There is no position to adjust, no comfort to seek, no discomfort to resolve. Everything has already settled into its most effortless state. The mind has completely disengaged, not relaxed, not slowed, gone. There is no inner voice, no watcher, no listener. Language has vanished without leaving a trace. Memory does not attempt to reach this place. It cannot find a surface to land on. Identity has released itself entirely. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time is absent, not slow, not stretched, absent. Nothing passes, nothing accumulates. There is no duration here. If dreams arise, they do not form pictures. They do not carry emotion. They leave no imprint. If dreams do not arise, nothing feels missing. This state does not depend on content. The body continues its quiet work, repairing, balancing, restoring. All of it happens without awareness, without supervision, without effort. This is not something you experience. It is something that happens while experience itself is gone. The outside world is unreachable now. Sound does not penetrate. Light does not exist. Even silence has no meaning here. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to. This stillness is not fragile. It cannot be disturbed. It is held by sleep itself, steady and complete. There is no edge to this place, no boundary, no exit. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth is irrelevant. It simply is. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. But for now, there is no awareness to return, only rest, neutral, featureless, safe. The night continues quietly, carrying the body through its cycles without interruption. You are not present to notice this, and nothing is required of you. Words no longer exist here. Meaning does not assemble. There is only this steady, unchanging calm, holding everything gently, without movement, without thought, as sleep continues on its own, wide and silent. For as long as the night remains, the stillness does not deepen anymore. It no longer needs to. It has reached a place where nothing shifts, where even the idea of settling has disappeared. There is no sense of arriving here, no sense of being here. This state does not announce itself, it simply holds. Your eyes are no longer absent or present. That distinction no longer exists. The space where they once rested has become indistinguishable from the rest of the quiet. There is no inner darkness now, because there is no inner or outer. Contrast has dissolved completely. Breathing continues somewhere beyond awareness, steady and slow, but there is no sense of air moving, no rise, no fall. The body breathes itself. Heartbeats remain calm and even, but they are not felt. They do not echo. They do not mark time. The body has entered its deepest, most automatic rhythm. The nervous system is quiet to the point of silence. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. There is no alertness left anywhere. The face has long since disappeared as a sensation. There is no tension, no softness, no shape. The body does not feel heavy or light. It does not feel like anything. There is no position, no surface, no contact. The body exists only as a quiet process, carrying out its work without awareness. The mind is completely absent, not resting, not observing, absent. There is no thought forming, no thought dissolving. Language does not exist here, not even as an echo. Memory cannot approach this state. It has nothing to attach to, nothing to retrieve. Identity has no foothold. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself, featureless and complete. Time does not pass here. There is no duration, not seconds, not minutes, not hours. The concept of night does not exist, nor the concept of morning. Cycles continue without awareness, but they are not experienced. If dreams arise, they do so without images, without narrative, without emotion. They leave no trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state requires nothing. The body repairs quietly, cells renew, systems recalibrate. Energy restores itself with ancient precision. All of this happens without supervision, without noticing, without thought. This is the place the body knows best, the place it returns to every night, whether remembered or not. There is no awareness to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world is unreachable now. Sound cannot arrive. Light cannot exist. Even silence is irrelevant. Nothing can interrupt this state. It is not fragile. It does not depend on conditions. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no border where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth is a concept that belongs to waking. Here, there is no comparison, only steadiness. If awareness flickers later, it will do so gently, without urgency, without direction. But for now, there is no awareness to flicker. Words have no meaning here. They dissolve before forming. Nothing needs to be followed. Nothing needs to be understood. There is only this vast, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body quietly, through cycles unseen, through hours unmarked, through rest without memory. And it will continue like this, effortless and steady, until the first distant signals of waking begin to approach from far away, still unreal, still undefined, while for now sleep remains whole and undisturbed, wide and silent, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The quiet does not change. It does not respond. It does not react. It is no longer something that continues. It simply exists. steady and untouched. There is no sense of moving forward now, no sense of remaining still. Those ideas have lost their meaning. Your eyes are not remembered, not absent, not present. The place where they once were has no distinction from anything else. There is no center here, no edge. Breathing continues far away, but not as a sensation, not as a rhythm to follow. It is just a function, happening without witness. The body exists without outline, without weight, without location. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of being held, no sense of space. The body is not heavy, the body is not light, the body is irrelevant. The nervous system is fully settled, signals are minimal, responses are unnecessary, nothing calls for attention. The face has long dissolved, no forehead, no eyes, no jaw. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension to release, nothing left to soften. Everything that could let go has already done so. The mind is not resting, it is not quiet, it is not here. There is no awareness observing absence, no awareness noticing calm. There is simply no awareness. Language does not exist in this place, not even as silence. Memory cannot reach this depth. It has no reference point, no anchor. Identity has completely vanished. There is no sense of I am asleep, no sense of I exist. Only a neutral, featureless stillness that does not need to be named. Time does not pass, it does not slow, it does not stretch, it is gone. There is no before, no after. Cycles continue without being experienced. If dreams arise, they do not become images. They do not become stories. They pass without trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state does not require content. The body repairs itself quietly here. Cells renew, systems balance. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This is not something you enter. It is something that remains when everything else steps away. The outside world cannot reach this place. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence is meaningless. Nothing can disturb this state. There is no alertness to disturb. There is no reaction to trigger. This stillness is not fragile. It does not depend on protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to find, no boundary to cross. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth is not a concept that applies. It simply is. If awareness returns later, it will do so slowly, softly, not all at once, not urgently. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words dissolve instantly. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this steady, unchanging calm, featureless, neutral, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through unmarked cycles, through rest without memory. The night remains vast and open, but you are not inside it as a person. You are simply not present. Sleep continues on its own, silent and effortless, without beginning, without end, and nothing at all is required from you. The stillness remains, unchallenged, unchanged, so complete that even the idea of remaining no longer appears. There is no awareness waiting in the background, no observer resting quietly, no sense of being close to anything. The state you are in does not know itself, and because of that, it does not shift. Your eyes are not resting, they are not gone, they are not remembered. The space where eyes once translated the world has become indistinguishable from everything else. There is no darkness here because there is no light to compare it to, no contrast to define it. Only a neutral, even quiet, that does not change. Breathing continues without sensation, not slow, not fast, unmeasured. The body breathes itself the way the ocean moves beneath the surface, without observation, without intention. Heartbeats continue evenly, but they do not echo. They do not mark time. The body exists only as a process now, not as a form. There is no feeling of lying down, no sense of surface, no sense of space around you. The body has released its outline completely. The nervous system is deeply settled. Signals are minimal. Reactions are unnecessary. Nothing reaches for attention. Nothing responds. The face no longer exists as a sensation. No softness, no tension, no structure. Expression has no meaning here. Everything that could relax has already done so. The mind has not quieted. It has not slowed. It has stepped away entirely. There is no thought forming, no thought dissolving. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot approach this depth. There is nothing to remember and no one to remember it. Identity has released itself completely. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself, featureless, steady, complete. Time does not pass here. It does not stretch. It does not loop. It is absent. There is no before, no after. Cycles continue unseen. If dreams arise, they do so without image, without story, without emotion. They leave no imprint. If dreams do not arise, nothing is lacking. This state requires nothing. The body repairs quietly in this place. Cells renew, systems recalibrate, energy restores. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This is the place the body returns to every night, whether noticed or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world is unreachable. Sound does not arrive. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can interrupt this state. There is no alertness to disturb, no reaction to trigger. This stillness is not fragile. It does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking comparisons. Here, there is only steadiness. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words do not exist here. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this vast, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through cycles without markers, through rest without memory. And it will remain like this, effortless and steady, until the very first distant signals of waking begin to approach from far away, still undefined, still unreal, while for now, sleep remains whole and undisturbed, wide and silent, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The quiet does not notice itself, and because of that, it remains exactly as it is. There is no sense of progression here, no unfolding, no movement forward or back. Nothing is arriving, nothing is leaving. Your eyes are no longer part of experience, not resting, not absent, not remembered. The place where seeing once happened has blended completely into stillness. There is no darkness now because there is no light to compare it with, no contrast, no edge, only a smooth, even calm without features. Breathing continues somewhere beyond awareness, not slow, not fast, unnoticed. The body breathes itself without instruction, without monitoring. Heartbeats remain steady and quiet, but they do not mark time. They do not echo. The body exists only as a quiet function, not as a form. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of weight, no sense of position. The outline of the body has disappeared completely. The nervous system is silent. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing reaches outward. Nothing reacts. The face has long since dissolved. No brow, no jaw, no mouth. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension to release, no comfort to seek. Everything that could soften has already softened. The mind is not quiet. It is not observing. It is gone. There is no awareness holding this state together. No watcher behind the experience. Experience itself has thinned away. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot approach this depth. There is nothing to recall and no one to recall it. Identity has fully released. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time does not pass. It does not stretch. It does not pause. It is absent. There is no before, no after, only continuity without awareness. If dreams arise, they do so without image, without story, without emotion. They leave no trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state requires nothing. The body repairs quietly here. Cells renew, systems recalibrate, energy restores. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This place is familiar to the body. It visits it every night, whether remembered or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world cannot reach this depth. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can disturb this stillness. There is no alertness to interrupt, no reaction to trigger. This state does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking language. Here, there is only steadiness. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words do not form here. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this wide, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through cycles without markers, through rest without memory. And it will remain like this, effortless and steady, until the first faint signals of waking begin to approach from very far away, still undefined, still unreal. While for now, sleep remains whole and undisturbed, silent and vast, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The stillness does not shift. It does not recognize itself. And so it remains untouched. There is no sense of next here, no sequence, no continuation. The idea of moving forward no longer exists. Your eyes are not closed, not open, not resting. They are no longer part of any experience. The place where vision once translated light has dissolved completely into a smooth, neutral quiet. There is no dark. There is no light. There is no contrast left to create either one. Breathing continues far beyond awareness. It does not feel slow. It does not feel deep. It is simply happening without being noticed. The body carries on its rhythms without involving the mind. Heartbeats remain even, steady, without echo. They do not mark time. They do not announce anything. The body is present only as function now, not as form. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of surface beneath you, no sense of space around you. The outline of the body has fully disappeared. The nervous system is silent. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing reaches outward. Nothing pulls inward. Everything that could respond has already chosen stillness. The face does not exist as sensation, no brow, no eyes, no jaw. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension left to release, no comfort left to seek. Everything that could soften has already softened. The mind is not quiet. It is not resting. It is not observing. It is absent. There is no awareness holding this state together, no witness behind the experience. Experience itself has thinned away. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot reach this depth. There is nothing to remember and no one to remember it. Identity has completely released. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time does not pass here. It does not stretch. It does not loop. It is gone. There is no before, no after. Only continuity without awareness. If dreams arise, they do not form images. They do not form stories. They leave no trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state requires nothing. The body repairs quietly here. Cells renew. Systems recalibrate. Energy restores. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This place is deeply familiar to the body. It returns here every night, whether noticed or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world cannot reach this depth. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can interrupt this state. There is no alertness to disturb, no reaction to trigger. This stillness does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking language. Here, there is only steadiness. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words do not form here. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this wide, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through cycles without markers, through rest without memory. And it will remain like this, effortless and steady, until the first distant signals of waking begin to approach from far away. Still undefined, still unreal. While for now, sleep remains whole and undisturbed, silent and vast, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The quiet does not register itself anymore. It has passed beyond the need to be noticed. There is no awareness standing nearby, no attention waiting in the background, no sense of being here. This state does not recognize words like next or before. Those ideas belong to waking. Here, nothing follows anything else. Your eyes are not resting. They are not absent. They are not forgotten. They no longer exist as a concept at all. The place where vision once turned light into shape has completely dissolved into a smooth, featureless calm. There is no darkness here, no light, no difference between the two. Contrast has disappeared entirely. Breathing continues somewhere beyond experience. It does not feel slow or deep. It does not feel like breathing. It simply happens without being sensed. The body carries on its ancient rhythms without involving awareness. Heartbeats continue evenly. They do not echo. They do not count time. The body exists only as a quiet process, not as a shape, not as a boundary. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of surface, no sense of position. The idea of body has thinned until it no longer has edges. The nervous system is deeply settled. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing reaches outward. Nothing reacts inward. Everything that could respond has already chosen stillness. The face does not exist as sensation. No forehead, no eyes, no jaw. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension to release, no comfort to improve. Everything that could soften has already softened completely. The mind is not quiet, it is not calm, it is not observing, it is absent. There is no awareness witnessing this absence, no awareness noticing calm. Experience itself has dissolved. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot reach this place. It has no reference point, no anchor. Identity has fully released. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time does not pass here. It does not slow. It does not stretch. It is gone. There is no before, no after, only continuity without awareness. If dreams arise, they do not become images. They do not form stories. They pass without trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state does not depend on content. The body repairs itself quietly here. Cells renew, systems balance, energy restores. All of this happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This place is deeply familiar to the body. It returns here every night, whether remembered or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world cannot reach this depth. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can interrupt this stillness. There is no alertness to disturb, no reaction to trigger. This state does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking language. Here, there is only steadiness. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words do not form here. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this wide, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through cycles without markers, through rest without memory. And it will remain like this, effortless and steady, until the very first faint signals of waking begin to approach from very far away. Still undefined, still unreal. While for now sleep remains whole and undisturbed, silent and vast, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The quiet remains unchanged, not because it is being held in place, but because nothing is left that could move it. There is no awareness waiting nearby, no listener resting in the background, no sense of arrival or continuation. The idea of next does not exist here. Sequence belongs to waking life. Here, nothing follows anything else. Your eyes are not resting. They are not closed. They are not remembered. The place where seeing once happened has softened beyond recognition, merging completely with stillness. There is no darkness because there is no light to contrast it with, no boundary to define either one. Only an even neutral calm without texture, without direction, without edge. Breathing continues far beyond experience. It is not slow. It is not deep. It is simply happening, untouched by attention. The body carries out its rhythms with ancient familiarity, without needing to be noticed. Heartbeats remain steady and quiet. They do not echo. They do not mark time. The body exists only as process now, not as form, not as location. There is no sense of lying down, no sense of surface beneath you, no sense of space around you. The outline of the body has dissolved completely. The nervous system is deeply settled. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing reaches outward. Nothing pulls inward. Everything that could respond has already chosen stillness. The face no longer exists as sensation. No forehead, no eyes, no jaw. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension left to release, no comfort left to improve. Everything that could soften has already softened fully. The mind is not quiet, it is not calm, it is not observing, it is absent. There is no awareness witnessing absence, no awareness noticing calm. Experience itself has thinned away. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot reach this place. It has no reference point, no anchor. Identity has completely released. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time does not pass here. It does not slow. It does not stretch. It is gone. There is no before, no after, only continuity without awareness. If dreams arise, they do not form images. They do not form stories. They do not carry emotion. They pass without trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state does not depend on content. The body repairs itself quietly here. Cells renew, systems recalibrate, energy restores. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This place is deeply familiar to the body. It returns here every night, whether noticed or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world cannot reach this depth. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can interrupt this stillness. There is no alertness to disturb, no reaction to trigger. This state does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking language. Here, there is only steadiness. If awareness returns later, it will do so gradually, softly, without urgency. It will not arrive all at once. It will not demand attention. But for now, there is no awareness to return. Words do not form here. Meaning does not assemble. Nothing is followed. Nothing is understood. There is only this wide, neutral calm, unchanging, complete, holding the body through unseen hours, through cycles without markers, through rest without memory. And it will remain like this, effortless and steady, until the first distant signals of waking begin to approach from far away, still undefined, still unreal, while for now, sleep remains whole and undisturbed, silent and vast, holding everything gently, without thought, without awareness, without end. The quiet does not reach an ending, because endings belong to waking. Here, nothing concludes, nothing closes, nothing signals that something else should begin. There is no awareness waiting to notice this, no listener remaining behind the words, no sense of last or final. Those ideas no longer exist. Your eyes are not resting. They are not asleep. They are not present. The place where vision once lived has completely blended into the same neutral stillness as everything else. There is no darkness here because there is no light to compare it with, no contrast, no edge, only an even, featureless calm that does not shift. Breathing continues far beyond experience. It is not slow, it is not deep. It is simply happening without awareness. The body carries on its quiet rhythms with ancient certainty. Heartbeats remain steady. Warmth moves gently. But none of this is noticed. The body is no longer felt as a body. No position, no weight, no boundary. It exists only as a process, moving through rest without being observed. The nervous system is fully settled. Signals are minimal. Responses are unnecessary. Nothing reaches outward. Nothing reacts inward. Everything that could respond has already chosen stillness. The face has dissolved completely. No brow, no eyes, no jaw. Expression has no meaning here. There is no tension to release, no comfort to improve. Everything that could soften has already softened beyond sensation. The mind is not quiet. It is not calm. It is not observing. It is absent. There is no awareness witnessing this absence, no awareness noticing calm. Experience itself has thinned away. Language does not exist here, not as words, not as silence. Memory cannot reach this place. There is nothing to recall and no one to recall it. Identity has fully released. There is no sense of being someone who is asleep. There is only sleep itself. Time does not pass here. It does not slow. It does not stretch. It is gone. There is no before, no after, only continuity without awareness. If dreams arise, they do so without image, without story, without emotion. They leave no trace. If dreams do not arise, nothing is missing. This state requires nothing. The body repairs itself quietly here. Cells renew, systems recalibrate, energy restores. All of it happens without awareness, without effort, without memory. This place is deeply familiar to the body. It returns here every night, whether remembered or not. There is no awareness here to say, I am resting. Rest simply is. The outside world is unreachable. Sound dissolves before arrival. Light does not exist. Even silence has no relevance. Nothing can interrupt this stillness. There is no alertness to disturb, no reaction to trigger. This calm does not need protection. It holds itself. There is no edge to this place, no boundary where something else begins. Sleep does not feel deep here. Depth belongs to waking language. Here, there is only steadiness. And this steadiness does not fade. It does not resolve. It does not move toward morning. It simply continues, unchanging, featureless, complete, holding the body gently through the remaining hours of the night, through cycles unseen, through rest, without memory. There is nothing to listen for now, nothing to follow, nothing to understand. Words no longer arrive. Meaning no longer forms. Sleep remains on its own, quiet, vast, effortless. And the story does not end. It dissolves fully, silently into rest.